Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, ching, ching, bling, bling.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Two Dumb Yinzers. Good morning. This is episode 141. What's going on, Big Mike?
Living the dream. Big game last night.
I can barely hear you.
Big game last night.
Oh, yes.
There
yes.
we go. Nice if I had the microphone ready.
Huge game last night, my man. There was a couple huge games, and I think that they all benefited us. It was all great football, man.
Yeah. Like, I missed every single game, but it was great football.
Yeah.
I caught all the.
To go in the middle of the night and work, so you weren't able to watch the games, correct?
No, but I caught a bunch of highlights from Backyard Brawl and then the Penn State game. I caught the highlights, and both games looked like they were fun to watch.
Yes, they look like, you know what it reminds me of? If they played each other, it would be like the best game ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way that Penn State was able to come back and win, the way that Pitt, they seem similar.
Yeah.
Real similar, the teams. Of course, we're talking, we'll touch first on Pitt, the Backyard Brawl. The Backyard Brawl is back after, I forget what they said, 11 years, give or take.
Yeah, something like that.
Number 17, Pitt Panthers beat West Virginia 38-31. They set the record, of course, for attendance of any sporting event in Pittsburgh history. Excuse me, with 70,622 people attending the game. It looked amazing. I'm not one for being in big crowds, but I like to watch big crowds.
Yeah.
And that place was electric. I loved it. As far as being a football guy, I loved it. I could watch games like that all the time. Unless my team loses, then you never want to watch that game ever again the rest of your life.
Yeah.
However, the game was great. The Pitt went up 3-0 early. Then West Virginia took the lead, and then it was 7-3. Then it was 10-10. Close game the whole way through, back and forth. We took the lead. It was 31-24, and then West Virginia tied it up. And then they also, at 31-31, then had the chance to drive the ball down the field. And with about 3 minutes left to possibly win the game over Pitt. And that didn't happen, of course. The quarterback for West Virginia throws the ball, which both of these quarterbacks were former USC quarterbacks. I
knew Slovis, or Slovin, whatever his name is, Pitt's quarterback. Yeah. I'm sorry, his name slipping my mind, but yeah, I knew he was the USC quarterback. I had no idea that WVU's quarterback also went to USC. That's wild.
That just added more storyline to this already storyline-ridden game. Again, this was a rivalry forever and ever. They call it the Backyard Brawl. I don't get it. It's about a 2-hour drive from here, which is about the same distance as Cleveland. But you know what? It does good things for West Virginia. So you know what? Let them have it. But so it was 31-31. 3 minutes left in the game. It looks like almost like West Virginia is going to get down to probably try to attempt a field goal to win the game. Everyone's thinking, you know what? This is probably going to be it. The quarterback for West Virginia throws the ball to his receiver. It pops off his hands and into the hands of Aliquippa. We just talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Aliquippa's own MJ Devonshire Jr. He catches the tip ball, and he not only makes a beautiful interception, but he manages to make his way 55 yards down the field through a sea of West Virginia players. Burns everybody, makes it the whole way down the sideline, and makes his way to the end zone, puts Pitt up 38-31 with about 2:58 left in the game. Lace went bananas. That might have been the only time in the game. Again, I'm not a big crowd person myself, but I would have loved to have been there when Devonshire was about to run into the end zone with that football. It must have been amazing. It looked. You know what it looked like? The fans, the way they reacted was the way after Marlon Byrd and Russell Martin hit that back-to-back jacks in the in their first playoff game. That's just the feel that it had being a Pittsburgh guy. And then the West Virginia, of course, they get one last chance. They move the ball really well. As a matter of fact, it came down to the very last play of the game.
Yeah.
The quarterback throws it over the middle. The debate was, did the ball bounce and it hit the ground? Did the guy catch it? He caught it about on the 1-inch line on 4th down. So if it was an incomplete pass, game over. If it was complete, there was just enough time to probably, take another shot, but it did not. It was incomplete. They replayed it. They checked it out. It was an incomplete pass. It wins. Slovis, Mike, was 16 for 24 with 308 yards and a touchdown. Not a bad day. And there you have it. We're getting ready for the Volunteers of Tennessee next, who just had a very, very impressive win over a no-name school. I can't think of who it was, but it was somewhere around 59-3, 59-10, something like that. But the Tennessee team was the team that we beat last year as well, and people was not expecting us to beat them. So I expect that to be a good game as well.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that interception, I kept replaying it, and if they didn't run zone, they had the right defense for the perfect defense. It looked like it was a zone defense. They just kept playing it over and over because it looked like, was he getting beat off on a comeback route? And is that why he was able to catch it? Because he got burnt? Like, no, he was dropping off coverage from the guy running deep, and it was just perfect. Like that. Yeah, it lined up perfectly for Pitt. Because otherwise, they weren't playing zone. He was playing man. He might not have been there, and it was perfect defense. Good luck, great luck for Pitt. Bad luck for West Virginia. You hate to be that wide receiver because now you're going to be the wide receiver that dropped the pass that led to the game-winning pick 6 against Pitt. You're never going to live that down. Absolutely. And then on the other side, Devonshire, he's going to go down in Pitt history. He's a legend now. He picks, 50-some odd yard interception, pick 6 for the game-winning touchdown against
in the Backyard Brawl.
In the Backyard Brawl in Pitt or in Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium. This guy, he's never going to have to buy a meal again in his life in this area.
I tell you what, the what we have here, Mike, is the potential. Now, I don't know if I think he might only be a sophomore or a junior.
He's a junior,
but Devonshire, that bumps his stock up maybe one day when he decides to possibly go to the draft to follow the footsteps of other great DBs from Aliquippa and Pitt. And, I hope so. I love to see these local kids do well. And you know what? That's instant classic. That game, it was going to be classic prior to him intercepting that ball, but that just makes the instant classic that much better.
And then the ending, I'm watching that pass. It's like, did he get his hand under there enough to where even if it did touch the ground, did it affect him catching the ball or not? So you're gonna have that debate forever.
Yes,
because the ball can, as long as you have possession, or establish control, it can touch the grass. It can hit the ground.
Right.
So it's going to be that's going to be a controversy for a while. Did it or did it not? Did it scrape the ground and go into his hand, or did his hand come up and under and just keep it up above the turf?
It was.
I would love to say it hit the ground, but it didn't hit the ground. He caught it perfectly, but it does look like it did aid in his ability to make the catch.
And what does that add? It just adds to the rivalry, I guess.
Yeah. You WVU fans, you only won because the refs gave it to you. They didn't want, it's like they didn't want all these fans storming the field out of anger and hatred. You guys just did it to save yourselves. And Pitt fans fire back well, maybe if your receiver could catch a pass.
Hey,
so it's gonna be back and forth. It's gonna be great.
I feel like this, Mike. You know how I feel. I feel it's a win. I feel that it was big. I feel that it was good for this rivalry. I feel again that they are no more to us than Pitt is to Penn State. So therefore, I'm not going to get too wrapped up into all of that. I'll take that W. I love the way that it happened.
Yeah.
And you know what? Next year we go to play them. If they want to bring it up, we'll get online and we'll shoot some arguments back and forth with other people on Twitter. However, Again, I don't care much about West Virginia ultimately, so I'm ready for Tennessee. I think it was a nice win, a big win early. You had to win that game at home, and this big rivalry. And in the first time in 11 years, I mean, there was a lot of things that happened. Excuse me, with Pitt winning that game, and that's what I'm happy about. Again, West Virginia. You know what? Oh well, too bad for them. What conference? I don't even know what conference are they in. Like
Big 12.
Big 12. So I'm sure they're going to get mopped all over the Big 12. But hey, like I said, I'm happy. We'll take it on to Tennessee. Screw West Virginia. Y'all lost. Y'all. The other big game, Mike.
Yes.
The other big game, of course, was the Penn State Purdue game. Now, I wasn't really paying much mind to the Penn State Purdue game. I was over on the Pitt game, and I kept getting all these kind of updates through the text through the message board on where I'm watching the game at, and they're saying, Penn State's about to get upset. What's going on? Purdue's about to win a big one. So finally, when Pitt's done, I go over, and that game was just as amazing.
Yeah, right down to the one of the last plays of the game.
Yeah.
Like, here's how much of a fan I am. I totally forgot we played. I got so caught up in what the Backyard Brawl being up, because the rivalry games tend to overshadow everything else. Like, oh my god, I forgot my team was playing. When I was going to bed, I'm like, oh great, that's two things I got to remember to research for. But no, it was a back and forth game. Penn State, at one point they scored like 21 points in the second quarter, looking like, okay, they're just going to run away with it. Then Purdue comes back and they score right off 14 in this third to get their way back in. Then they take the lead, late 80-yard touchdown drive by Sean Clifford. Nice little swing pass to the running back. Boom, touchdown.
Yes.
What else? Oh God, they had a couple long touchdown passes. It was like the Purdue secondary forgot how to tackle.
Okay.
Watch the wide receiver comes right across the middle, catches the ball, gets hit, spins, and just runs in between three guys. And one of the trailers, it looked like if he would have dove, it looked like he would have been able to trip him up. And he just kind of put his hand out like he was playing two-hand touch, and then clapped. Was like, I tried. It's like, no, you really didn't. You kind of gave up on the play. You could have dove and got him. And then they had to end the second quarter, they had I think it was like a 67-yard touchdown pass. Quarterback rolls out. His tight end's on the sideline, and he was able to spin away from his defender, catches it once again, gets hit, and kept running, and no one could bring him down.
It was amazing, man.
Yeah, their secondary kind of got exposed there at those two key points.
Yes.
Yeah, Penn State, let's go. Hey, this is what happens when you have a 50-year quarterback. Pitt knows all about those 50-year quarterbacks.
That's right. Hey,
they suck for the 3 to 4 years previous, and that final year, they put up the numbers.
And in my
because I'm not a big Sean Clifford fan, but 20 of 37, 282, 4 touchdowns. He did throw a pick 6. That could have been costly, because that makes that game so much closer.
I tell you what, it were both amazing games for these Pennsylvania teams of ours. And you know what? It's a good way to start off the season. You need these wins. It was big for Penn State to win early like this. It was big for Pitt to win early, because of course you have bigger fish to fry. So those fish will eventually come. So you want to have these fish caught, and you know what I mean? So it's really exciting. It's great to get a football season started this way, especially having both teams winning. Basically the same kind of game. Like I said, if these two teams played right now, I think the game would be amazing, and I believe it would be an instant classic as well.
I think it would too. I think it would be like an offensive shootout. It looks like both defenses gave up a lot of points.
Yeah.
So, and those games are kind of fun. They're fun to watch. Those high scoring games. But
Absolutely.
They're also nerve wracking, because you're like, can't a defense make a stop? You guys know how to tackle. You know how to do anything, but no. Oh, also too, man. Penn State, man, Joey Porter Jr. cornerback for Penn State. Let me pull up something here in stat line. Find it here. I saw this the other day. 2 fumble recoveries he had.
Okay.
And then 8 tackles and 3 pass defense. Look for him. If he keeps playing the way he did, he had a pretty good season last year. If he keeps playing the way he does, he's going to be playing on Sundays, just like his old man was.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he does that. I tell you what, great football through and through, man. The defense of Pitt was a bit scary sometimes. There was sometimes that they were right on money. They were sacking their quarterback. They were where they needed to be. But there was other times they seemed soft in certain areas. On the run, stopping the one running back, I think he had about 97 yards or so. I forget what it was, but the leading rusher for West Virginia was able to run the ball. And also in key situations, I thought the secondary kind of got a little soft. But nonetheless, it's something to work on this week, getting ready to move forward. Other than that, the kid that, let me think. It's all kind of coming. It's all kind of mashed together right now because it was just so much and so exciting. But the kid that had the big play that got us down to score our 31st point, boy, you know what? It's a nice team. It's a nice team. You know, you watch this compared to teams that are, playing in national championships. It's not that kind of team yet. I'm going to admit that right now. They are probably where they should be as far as their ranking. As a matter of fact, I read somebody had a comment in the comment section that said Pitt is boringly good. and that's what it is. They're boringly good. They're not this team that's gonna go out there and make the most amazing game ever as far as just gunning the ball around and things like that. It's a different good. It's a Pittsburgh good, and that's what it made me feel before I even read that. It feels like Pittsburgh. I don't know. I like it. We got Tennessee next. We got about 11 more games. So, a long way before we can really get too excited. But you know what? Again, you can't help but get excited about a game like that, especially that play. I can't, like you said, you must have watched it over and over. I can't stop thinking of that play. That ball. Just,
it was the way the whole play developed. It's like he was open and the corner Devonshire he broke off his route at the perfect time. Broke off that zone, was able to read the play, realize, okay, hey, the guy I'm covering, I got help over the top. I don't have to worry. My route's deep enough. And it was like right as the ball was getting to the receiver's hand, you can see him break off his route or break off his coverage and start to come in. And it was like, boom, right there. Cause that's why at first I thought he was getting beaten on a comeback move, and I was like, no, he was just playing perfect zone coverage, and everything just lined up perfectly for Pitt, and unfortunate for WVU, because if he takes like another 2-3 steps and going for depth coverage, thinking maybe I need to help my safety out a little more, or hey, maybe help my underneath linebacker, help him out. He timed it perfectly, and it just worked out.
Absolutely, man. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm glad that I can enjoy this, take it into the weekend and enjoy this little. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow college football for the weekend and see what everybody else is doing. Maybe we'll get some slip-ups. Maybe some teams ahead of us will lose. We can move up a little bit. I like this. I'm not generally a college football fan because Pitt's generally not in the contention, but now that they are, I love it. I do. I like it. I like following the rankings. I like following all the other teams. It's going to be fun, but our luck. I'm sure we'll lose soon, and everyone will hate Pitt, and the championship dream will be over, and so it'll be a whole different narrative soon, I'm sure. But I hope that I'm wrong.
Well, you got Western Michigan, Rhode Island. Yeah, those are the trap games right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They always are it seems to be for Pitt, is always those types of teams.
Absolutely. Western Michigan, you know what? If they beat us again, I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah. Because I'm like looking at Pitt's schedule. It's not that hard.
No. Okay. And that's what that thing said. Speaking of Pitt, it said Pitt is boringly good. They're always cramping Clemson style. So this must have been a Clemson fan
Yeah.
who fell victim to the pit fuckery at one point or twice or whatever.
Yeah. And like you got Western Michigan, Rhode Island, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, Louisville, North Carolina, Syracuse, Virginia, Duke, and then close it out with Miami.
That Miami game is gonna be big, man.
Yeah, especially if like Miami's starting the season out ranked 16th, and if they live up to that potential and Pitt lives up to their potential, that can be a huge game with some. I'm not gonna say national championship implications. I don't think it's gonna go that far, but it's gonna have some pretty big like bowl game implications.
Absolutely. You figure they made top 8 bowl games last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the debate. The debate is this team going to do as well as the team last year? You know what I mean? They don't have Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett was a huge factor in that. But again, you look at Slovis's numbers. It was 16 for 24, 308 in the touchdown against West Virginia. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see, right?
We'll see. And yeah, you never know. And the way they played, they can keep playing like that and shore up their defense. They can be a tough team.
Absolutely.
Like I don't see college making the top 4 for the college playoffs, but I can see another top 8 bowl game for them in a couple New Year's.
Those are the steps in the right direction that you have to make if you want it to be that program.
Yeah.
It's going to take a few years of getting to those. It's going to take a few. College football isn't the success isn't achieved overnight. You know what I mean? College. You have to build your organization to be that team, and more players will start looking at you when it comes time for recruiting.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. So these are, in fact, they're the things that Pitt needs to do, and they're off to a good start.
Yeah. And then real quick, Penn State schedule, a couple barn burners, man. We got Ohio, got the Bearcats, Bobcats, whatever the fuck they are coming in.
Yeah.
Auburn. It's not the Auburn team of old. Central Michigan. Then, Northwestern, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio State, Indiana, Maryland, Rutgers, and Michigan State. So they really don't have that easy of a schedule. They got a couple, like they should, beat Ohio, Auburn, Central Michigan. Then once you get into the Big Ten, those games, they're never easy games within the Big Ten for Penn State. For some odd reason, teams that they should like waltz all over, like a Northwestern and an Indiana and a Rutgers, they seem to have the hardest times with those.
And that's what people don't understand.
I get more worried about those games. But when they play Ohio State, I go, okay, they have a chance. Because for some odd reason, when they play Ohio State, weird things happen. Like they're in it to the very end, and then it's like one play decides the game for either team.
And here's one thing that people don't understand. Like you said, like, for example, Northwestern, maybe Illinois, teams like that. You look at a score on any given Saturday and see Penn State 17, Illinois 14, late third quarter, and you think, how good. But you know what? Interconference play, it's different. It's different. You see, like we preach in the NFL with the division, you see these teams year in, year out.
Mm-hmm.
And especially college football, you get that team every year. If you're in the Big Ten, you're going to get Penn State you know what I mean? So there's no team that knows you better than the teams within your conference. And there are teams that are competing for the conference as well against you. So, excuse me, a lot of times when people look at this and say, well, that team's not that good, but it's a situational thing. You were playing a team in a certain situation that makes it more difficult than it would be, let's say, if Illinois was playing USC, So I never liked the argument of, this team is just bad. They shouldn't. Once you go interconference, interdivision, anything, I think the games tighten up.
They do.
With the exception of your Alabama playing, those.
Alabama's Alabama. Look at Joker Trey up.
Joker Trey in the house. What up? What up? What up?
It's been a minute.
It has. I've been avoiding everyone.
Quit poking me.
Yeah. How you doing, girl? How you doing? We missed you.
Yeah, I missed you guys. Been busy.
Yeah, I hear you. Same thing. Same here. Joker, let me get back to you in a second here.
Uh-oh.
Michael, let's see. So I think that does conclude our college football talk
Yes.
That one.
Oh,
that one
darn. I
came
missed the college football talk.
You know what? Big games. There was big games yesterday. Pitt and Penn State both won in an amazing kind of fashion. So we touched on that early. But Joker, we got big things this weekend, don't we? We have the
Indeed.
show at the Pullman Park tomorrow. Now let me give you a rundown here of the people that's going to be performing, and then I want to get back to you, Joker.
Okay.
So tomorrow at the Butler Hip Hop and Rap Community up in Pullman Park, they will be performing the big show. This is the one that everybody's been talking about. Anytime you see any of these people online, they were talking about the big September 3 show, and this is it. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of the names. We have Sly Levy's going to be there, El Dune, the Splash Gang, G the Demigod, Dapper Cool, Simply Kill, B Mur the ET, Tempo, Bombcat, DYT, Joker Trey, O'Day SOS, Lil Bear, Rednina, maybe, Lone G, Bubbly, and Hit 'em Hard Music is who I have on my list here. And for anybody that's going to be up there at the Pullman Park in Butler tomorrow, it's going to be $10 for adults to get in, $5 for teens. Make sure you get up. There's a lot of amazing talent you're going to want to check out. Now, Joker, you have to tell me what is going on with you going into this show tomorrow. There seems to be a little bit of drama, a little bit of a backstory that's going that I just discovered this morning. I'm looking around, I'm setting things up for the show, and I noticed the Joker has a little comment that I'm very interested in. And
I'll leave that comment to be discussed after the show. How about that one? We'll keep it juicy because it's, you know what, it's irrelevant. I just had to run my mouth just to spark some drama and say some things that needed to be said, and it's on the low key kind of thing because really it doesn't matter. I just, people know who they are that have done some really crazy stuff in the past, and all I really wanted to say was what I said, and that was it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to keep that separate. But I know the show's gonna be fantastic, regardless.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be there. I'm excited to see whoever shows up, and look forward to performing. I go on at 4, by the way.
Joker is at 4:00. Everybody, keep that in mind. Mike, are you aware what I'm talking about?
No, I'm completely in the dark.
Is it still up, Joker?
It is.
Go to Joker's subscription page right now.
You make me type.
Well, I'm very concerned about our Joker here, and I just want to make sure that everything goes well. Have you come across it yet, Mike?
What am I looking for?
You were looking for what Joker had written this morning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just tell me, Ryan. I'm confused. I'm lost.
Let's just put it plainly that some people can just be two-faced. That's all.
Oh yeah, two-faced people are never fun.
Especially the ones that are always the closest ones to you. But that being said, I'm not going to make tomorrow's show about that. But I don't intend to not address it in the future. Enough is enough. You know what I mean? I'm just, it is what it is. So I'm not gonna drag out dirty laundry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I said what I said. Now it's it. You know what I mean? I'll let the, chips lay where they fall. So
which I totally agree, and I think that you should go have the most amazing show ever and do what you do.
Right.
However, we kind of drag the laundry around over here.
I know.
He does. Don't put that evil.
I should have knew.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. That's all you.
Mike, you have your phone. Is your phone accessible that you could use your phone right now, Mike?
Oh no, my kid has my phone.
Okay.
The Ewok got it. Yeah,
And I'm not
just
even gonna
forget
tell Mike
about
what
it.
the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
It's all
you
right.
tell me after the show, right?
Yeah, after this show, it's all
I'll
good.
tell you after this show. Maybe I'll I don't know. I was gonna write it in the comments, but I like again, I don't want to get Joker upset. That's one of my main concerns.
Oh, I'm not
However,
gonna be
I feel-
upset.
I do feel that there is a little story. I wish that I could pull it up myself. For some reason, I can't.
I could definitely fill you in. I could definitely fill you in after the show, and then I don't know. I could tell you what. Yeah, we can talk. It's okay.
Okay. So there's a certain Go
I
ahead.
just don't want to take away the. I don't want to take away the vibes of positivity going into the show. Everybody's been waiting months, and it's going to be fantastic, and I'm excited. I actually have a real good friend who's actually her mother has dementia, and she never gets away from her. And it just so happened that like the planets have aligned, and that she's got a respite weekend this weekend, so she's gonna be able to come and be support in the crowd for me this weekend. So like I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait, and I wish everybody good luck. Every performer who's gonna be there, and I hope as many people can come as possible, because like it's gonna be awesome.
It is gonna be awesome. And you know what? Every single one of you guys deserve all the attention. You've been talking this up for quite some time now. Yeah. I don't even recall when we first started talking about the September 3rd Pullman Park show, but I do know that it's big. It's very big. Again, we have, I don't know, it looks like probably about 20 different people here that's going to be entertaining for you tomorrow. Again, Joker says she goes on at 4 o'clock, so you don't want to miss Joker. That's one of my favorites. However, there's a bunch I do love most everyone on this list that we've met.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome. I can't wait till Joker tells you what's going on, because it involves somebody, Mike. It involved somebody that we do know.
Well, we know it's not me because I don't talk to anyone, so we're gonna go right there. I'm safe.
I'm like a kid with a secret here.
You are.
That.
Why my man can't stop talking about it?
And for some reason on my phone, it just goes right to that, and I can see it. But on my computer, and it doesn't go right to that, so I'm kind of upset.
It rhymes a little shit stir.
He is. That's okay.
What's that?
I said that's okay to stir the pot sometimes. It's always fun.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna remain blissfully unaware for the moment. I'm in a good mood.
Artist that Joker and this other artist kind of has a little thing going right now, Mike. And like Joker said, it's nothing big. It's not like they're gonna beat each other's heads in or anything like that. But Joker does go on to say in this writing that she made was this person is Two-Face, and like I said, you got to kind of see the thing to get a feel.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll once I wrestle my phone away from my child.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a war in and of itself.
Ewok, fetch me my phone.
You know what? I think that's what he's going to be this year for Halloween. It's going to be an Ewok.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Give
it.
him the little ears. Yes, the little spear.
Cousin it. That could also be a possibility.
His hair is getting that long, so I can just flip it up.
So like if your mop handle broke, do you just pick him up sideways and
He would enjoy it, and that's the sad part. My kid's crazy. Of course, if I bump his head though, he turns in the drama queen. Oh, my head,
yeah,
my hurt. Or then he'd start yelling for help. Next thing I know, child services are around. My kid's nuts. He's trying to get me. Just a quick aside, like grocery shopping with him now. I'll pick him up and he starts yelling, help, help, help.
Oh no.
Like bro, you're gonna get me arrested.
Yeah, that can't happen anymore these days, can it, huh?
Yeah. Oh. I gotta get him a state issued ID just to prove he's my child so I don't get arrested.
Yeah, with all that hair, they wouldn't either.
They'd be like, oh no, sir, no. There is no resemblance. He has blonde hair, I have no hair. He has, Oh, kids. I'm gonna
Okay, Mike. So what I'm gonna do?
Ryan's off in his own little world.
Oh,
over
he
there.
is. He won't let this go. It's like a he's like a toddler.
Yeah.
He's my second child.
So I'm gonna post, Mike. You can see the chat in front of you, correct?
No, I see nothing in front of me.
You can't even wait. Damn you! What are you doing? Can you see the chat for today's show?
On YouTube?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm sending you a hint on the chat on who this might be. You
Oh
ready?
my goodness.
I just see Ewok fetch my phone.
Ryan, behave. I said we're gonna keep it
Oh,
positive.
okay. I seen it.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna delete it.
So that is the person involved. Which
Okay.
makes it more juicy because this person and Joker are very they're some of our favorite people here on the show.
Yes.
So now you can see why I'm a little excited.
You love drama. You're like the biggest drama queen I know. And I thought I would love drama.
But it wasn't the only the artist. I believe it has something to do with the artist's significant other as well, correct?
You're going off the chain, bro.
It go. There's levels to this shit, but that's
Okay.
a whole nother.
There's layers. It's like an onion.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yes.
I see the Joker's kind of
I'm not upset. I'm just trying to keep it kosher
Yeah.
at least until after tomorrow. Then all hell can break loose. You know what I mean, I just want good vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said what I said, but you know what I mean. Whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Take it or leave it. But of course, you would have to pick it up, and start running with it. So whatever.
He loves his chaos.
He does chaos. I love it too.
He's a chaos gremlin.
Listen, you
Now,
can't.
has this been going on for a long time?
That's been broke. Yeah, it has, and
Because of okay.
yeah,
Oh, Joker.
I just kind of like I don't know.
Yeah. But I
Chaos.
don't think ultimately that it should affect you. I think that you should still go
No,
and
definitely not.
have the most amazing time and perform and do your thing. And
yeah.
you know, I mean, if you come across a situation because of this, you know, just go up there and do your thing. That's what you're up there to do, you know?
Right. You know, adversity. It's just it comes in all shapes and sizes, and I'm definitely not a stranger. Definitely not a stranger to it. You know, these days. So, you know, it's we all have our challenges. You know.
Yes.
So. But yeah, still excited. I got a 7-song set list, 21 minutes exactly.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how that landed exactly on 21 minutes long, but it's gonna be dope.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
Are you guys gonna be there tomorrow?
But I'm gonna try. I'm having car issues.
That's actually a real
it is legit.
Okay. All right.
It is.
I'll believe that.
Yeah.
That is what people tell everybody, I'm sure.
No, but it is legit. My car wouldn't start. Like the battery is dying, so I changed the battery, put in a brand new battery. My car does nothing. Lights won't turn on. Nothing.
Oh my!
Took me 2 days to get it towed. Yeah.
Guess you're gonna have to use some Chevrolet legs.
Oh no, I'm old and out of shape. No, you're gonna find me in a ditch somewhere. I'm like, I need my cheeseburgers.
We get on your sleigh and attach it to the Ewoks and go mush.
That's true. That's true. He's crazy enough. He'd do it.
I love how Joker turned the tide on Mike in this episode. It's great.
I love it. Like I did nothing, and I'm catching all the heat. I'm the lovable sidekick, and I'm getting all the heat.
Yeah. So now that
Joker did kill Robin in the comic books, and I feel like Robin right now.
Yeah.
Being killed by Joker.
I like that. So I got two options here. You guys want to help me with something? We can continue to talk about Joker, or we can
talk
jump
about me because I'm awesome.
Or we can jump to the tennis news. Tennis or Joker?
What's going on with tennis?
Yeah, what's going on with tennis? Now I'm curious.
Okay, so 16.
First of all, you said tennis and news. That never; those two words never happen together. So.
No,
that's true. And I have a handful of tennis news. It seemed like everything I looked up this morning was tennis related. I think the U.S. Open is going on.
Yep.
16-year-old U.S. Open player, Czech Sarah Bijlek, probably spelled way different than that, pronounced way different than that, says dad and coach, two different people, her dad and coach, will no longer pat her butt after a good play. Now, the 16-year-old tennis player, this Czech chick, she's here playing in the Open, and every time she does well, her dad and her coach get overexcited and start smacking her on the ass. You know how people do to each other in football games, whatever. So apparently it's getting a lot of attention. The news is saying, yo, what's going on? You're smacking this child's ass a little too much. So they've come to an agreement now that dad and coach is not going to smack my 16-year-old ass anymore.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I guess I should double check myself before I do cup checks now, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, I guess. That is kind of weird though, smacking your own daughter on the ass.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is kind of weird.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're from West Virginia or Alabama, and then hey, it's the way they roll. The way they roll.
Right. Tell you what, you're
Just alienate part of our audience.
You're killing our West Virginia audience today, Mike. You're killing them, man. What are you
they killed themselves by choking last night. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, that's weird. It's weird enough, like the dad doing, but then the coach is doing it too.
Yeah. Do they do it at the same time?
I don't know. I like to see this. I caught the article.
One side.
But apparently it's enough to grab enough people's attention to make a story. So.
Yeah, I wonder, it's probably happening so many times at other tournaments throughout the world that she plays in. So yeah, it's only a problem here.
Yes.
Go figure. That's not even news. That's
everywhere else is like, oh yeah, good job. Okay.
If it happens, and that's like the only thing that they can report that's something going on in tennis is somebody getting patted in the ass. What is this world coming to?
Tennis is so boring anyway. You know Serena Williams is going to destroy everyone because that's what she does. So you only write so much about that. You got to find something else to talk about.
All she has to do is flex her bicep, and the tennis ball just goes. You don't have to swing.
She is jacked,
built like a Clydesdale.
She is.
So now the Ian's go on and on and on about Serena. I have a little story about her.
Oh no.
Serena leaves. Okay, so let me start it off. Serena she leaves during her match. She has to use the bathroom. Serena runs off. She was losing. She goes, takes a bathroom break mid-match, comes back and wins. People ask her, Serena, you came back, played a whole different game, and she says, I felt a lot lighter. After the bathroom break. So
that's fucking great.
Out of shape Serena Williams that's gracing the court now, because we just talked about the muscular, pretty nice body that Serena had for her whole entire career. She come out looking like I don't know, Mike, who's a heavier set and Joker? Who's a heavier set black chick that we could insert to make this a good joke?
I don't know.
That ruined the joke.
I like Lizzo.
I don't know. I mean,
she comes out
because everyone makes fun of Lizzo for some odd reason.
Yeah,
what's that?
Lizzo, because everyone makes fun of her for some reason.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't even know who she is. That's how old I am.
I'm terrible with fat jokes. I don't know.
The plumpy.
I love my fat jokes.
I love my fat chicks, so we're good.
The plumpy Serena Williams makes her way to the bathroom, chunks a deuce, comes back out, wins, and when gets questions about it, she says it felt nice to come out a little later, but then she went on to say that she wasn't taking, quote, a number 2.
Well, maybe her bladder was just full then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All great athletes at some point got to leave the court, leave the field, take care of business, and you come back and you dominate.
Or the worst thing can happen too, because that's definitely happened. I know it's a fact. Somewhere, like at one point in time, some professional athlete did it right
Shit
there.
themselves?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Merle Hollins, still a running back. He got hit so hard he pooped his pants.
Yes.
And the coach for Penn State, the longtime coach Paterno,
Joe Paterno.
Oh yeah, I heard
himself.
about that too.
Yeah,
make his way across the field to get to the restroom, and that
Mhm.
didn't happen in a timely
Yeah.
fashion. So
Mhm.
he in fact shit himself in the middle of the game.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know what? Nothing makes an event like somebody
Shit
shitting
happens.
themselves. Hey, don't get too excited, but I got more tennis news, guys.
Oh no. Wait.
Cool. This is why I came to the show today. That's why Joke and I are here is to talk tennis, because we are tennis pros.
I heard there was a flutter of news in the tennis world, and I had to come here.
Me
to get
too.
it
Yeah.
firsthand.
That's why we're here.
Yes. Ukrainian tennis player Marta Kostyuk, again, I'm sure it's pronounced differently, declines a handshake with Belarus Victoria Azarenka because of the war. The war.
Belarusian.
Yeah. So she refuses the end of the game handshake. You know how you walk up to the net, good game, smack on the ass if it's your dad. But the woman from Ukraine, she denied. She just turned her head, walked away, did that thing. What do you think about that, guys? Do you think that this kind of stuff should carry over into the sports world? I often debate because, you know, a lot of times in Olympics you see, you know, a guy from Israel going against a guy from, there's just people that
Right.
around the world that when it comes to sports or Olympics, I think that you put everything behind you.
Right. Yeah.
And
you should.
you have sportsmanship, and then when it's over, done with, the event's over, then you can go back to having your opinions or whatever. But if you're coming together to play a competitive sport, I feel that people should keep it together. What do you guys think?
I think if you can't have a handshake at the end of the game, you shouldn't even play. You know what I mean? That's where I stand on that. I agree.
No, I'm with the Ukrainian chick.
You think?
Yeah.
He always has to take the opposite side. So please, Mike.
Let me put it this way for you then.
Okay.
So it now the countries obviously are at a difference, and it's hard times right now. But do you think them as an individual had anything to do with any of that? Like that person individually,
it's government
isn't responsible.
They didn't do it, but
for what's going on. You know what I mean?
Like, well, okay. What if this person was, because we don't have all the information here, we just have that they refused a handshake. What if the Belarusian athlete, was siding with their government and the Russian government coming out in support for them? So that athlete from Ukraine will be like, okay, well, you're supporting these governments that are attacking my homeland. Why should I shake your hand?
Ryan's gonna have to dig in for us and find the facts and see what's going on.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's pure speculation. Of course, there's nothing that indicates that that's the case. I mean, there's just as good a chance that that's not what happened. So, I mean, from what we know is the chick from Ukraine denied the Belarusian, their handshake after the match. I think when it comes to sports, you should keep it within, the sportsman type shit. That's me personally. I am a lifelong fan of sports. I feel that way. And I think that Mike does too. And a lot of times I think that he takes the other side and runs with it just because it makes the show better. And I'm not going to say he doesn't believe what he's saying.
No, I believe it 100%.
Of course. But I think for that 1 second you walk over, you shake their hand and you walk away. Otherwise,
nope.
It's part of the fabric that keeps sports together, I think.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean,
nope.
I think politics and sports shouldn't necessarily go hand in hand. Now, there's also,
I think
instances in the past, especially with American sports, like with the kneeling in football, for example. I mean, I support what those guys are doing, and I get the message, but like ultimately, the issue that they're trying to bring attention to, there could have been other ways to go about it. I think making a statement during a game,
other ways they could have went about it.
Kneeling during the national anthem. Granted, I support everything about what they're doing, and I'm not against that. Like,
right.
Is it the right way to do it? Who's to say? But I think that bringing that kind of, political movement and all that kind of stuff, anything like that particular in any sport, I just don't see, I don't think it's necessary.
I agree with
they
you.
have
100%.
plenty of platform as superstars outside and off the field, you know what I mean, to do and
Yes.
say what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Bringing that stuff in, I just don't. I don't vibe with that. You know what I mean? I think that's
if I paid $200 and bought a ticket to go watch football, I want to go watch football. If I wanted to watch people be activists and be political, I would go do that. I didn't spend $200 to go watch people be activists. I went to watch football because I love football, and that is why I feel that it shouldn't be involved to that capacity. Now, if these players want to get on their Twitter sites after the game and go on and on and on and on about how they feel, that's on them. That's their personal page. They are pros. There's a lot of people that this platform is connected to millions of people. Get on your page, talk all you want.
Right.
When I go to watch a football game and I spend $200 to sit there, I don't want to see activists. I want to see guys throwing touchdowns and making tackles. That's my point. I don't disagree with what these guys are saying. I just disagree with how they went about doing it. Am I mad? No, I'm not mad. I think that it's something that we hopefully got over. And again, if I go to watch a football game, I want to watch football.
right.
Is that so
right.
bad?
And on the flip side, I'm also disappointed in how the NFL treated the players for doing what they did, and how they penalized these guys. Like, so either side is doing the wrong thing. So like it's all messed up, and that's just it. Like when things like that occur, no one knows what to do. It just doesn't belong in the first place, because it just, you know what I mean? Because it just screws up everything. So
Let me ask you something. Can I ask you something real quick, Joker?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Muff Pie. Because I generally don't have this page, but since I came into YouTube and was looking for what I was looking for, I now have the chat up in front of me. And Muff Pie is doing as much talking as we are.
This is actually Stitch. So Stitch from Muff Pie. Muff Pie
Okay.
Muff Pie is
Okay.
a coalition of a few people, basically all family and friends, and we met through YouTube doing music, and we became rather close. Stitch is a really, really, really good friend of mine, and so I told her I was gonna be on the show, and she's always here whenever I'm on here, or when she can catch it. She's pretty supportive of a lot of things.
Oh, like I have the chat going in the background. I just see all the comments and I like giggle to myself, and I always forget to reply to the chat or even like broadcast it out, because I'm entertained from Stitch's comments.
She's
I love
so
it.
active.
I love it.
Yeah, I think that we should sometime soon have Stitch on as well, alongside with Joker, and we can talk to Stitch without just reading what Stitch is saying. We can also see and hear Stitch, and
There you go.
is Stitch hot?
And there's Ryan in a nutshell, stirring shit early in the show and going,
I'll leave it as a surprise. I'll leave it as a surprise for you.
Now, is it going to be like a surprise, or is it going to be like a surprise?
it's going to be a surprise, Ryan. Either way, surprise is a surprise.
Stitch is a very lovely individual. She's amazing. So I don't judge people by their physical attributes.
No, we're not judging. We're just
Yes,
trying
you are.
Yeah, you totally are. You're a dog. It's okay.
But no, there can be no one as good looking as me on the show. That's my only rule. I'm the pretty one.
You can't possibly have that.
That's true. Now,
If that was the case, I had a
Mr.
joke and I just
GQ.
lost it. Shit. What was that? I didn't hear. What was that?
I said you're definitely Mr. GQ. That's for sure.
Yes, I am.
Pop the collar.
Pop the collar off my $18 fleece. Yes. I am a
All
fashionista.
about style.
I'm styling and
As a
profiling.
matter of fact, one of our an email that we got yesterday, Joker, someone said since he's trimmed up and shaved up, he looks like a young Butterbean. Remember the boxer?
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I made that same exact comment the last time I was on here.
Everyone is
time.
like, I had a guy out.
You
like
got
a guy
that
out at-
Butterbean kind of thing going on.
A guy at Sheets was like, I'm walking out at like 2:30 in the morning on my way to work. He's like, man, you look like a young Butterbean ready to whoop some ass throughout the parking lot. Like I'm barely awake going, What the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's great. That's a win.
It is. He hyped me up for the day. It was like the
Legend.
highlight. It's been the highlight of my past 2 weeks.
Legend.
So we got about 5 minutes left. I have little bits and pieces of
Oh,
things that we
God.
can do here to
No.
finish up the show. Nothing
No.
amazing. I do want to start by saying again, everybody, make sure you get up to what's the specific name of the field? Is that the field at Pullman Park? There's a person's name that's attached to that as well.
Oh man. And I think it's just Pullman Park, I believe.
Just Pullman
I
Park?
don't quote me.
Okay.
Listen, it's been a while since I just moved back into the area. I was calling it something else. I can't even remember what the hell I was calling it before now. I just got conditioned to calling it Pullman Park. What the hell, cat? I'm getting attacked by pussy right now.
Hey now.
usually gotta pay extra for that.
So we have the show tomorrow. It's hosted by Mex from the Butler hip hop and rap community
X.
up at Pullman Park in Butler. Adults $10, $5 for teens. Get in, make sure you get up there. Joker now, she goes on at 4:00. Everybody, if you want to see Joker, get up there by 4. I don't have names or times for all the names that we do have, but there's going to be many people that you've recognized from the show, obviously. Tempo FYF will be there. Sly Levy, El Dune, the Splash Gang, people from Hit 'em Hard, Joker, of course. You know what? This is the show of the shows. As far as I'm concerned, this is the Super Bowl for Butler hip hop community. Am I
Damn
correct?
near. Yeah, damn near.
Yeah.
So super
get
stoked
up
and
there.
glad to be a part of it.
What time of day does the whole thing start? Do you know, Joker?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. and you go
2
on at 4.
p.m. I think the
All
first
right.
act starts at 2. So I want to say that they were opening up at 11 or 12. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. So I know if you want the details, you can go to the Butler Hip Hop and Rap Community Facebook page, and Everett's got all the stuff posted right there for you. So
All right.
for sure.
Hold on. I'm seeing something right now.
So what you're saying, Joker, is get there early and tailgate.
Right. Because I will definitely be there ready to tailgate with you.
See, that's what you tell. Yeah, everyone go there, tailgate, and have a damn good time.
Hell yeah.
Do your Western PA roots proud, people, and tailgate.
All right. Hold on. I want to cut the Pullman Park. From Stitches over here. Stitch from My Pie's talking to us. Now, Stitch says she's average, but she's a big girl with a cute face, huh? What do you give her, Joker? What do you give?
Nope, not doing that.
Nope, not doing that. We ain't rating people.
I don't rate my friends like that.
Because I'm a 20 out of 10.
Oh, here we go.
You are a rock star. That's for sure.
I am. You know, my ego's so big it makes Texas look like Rhode Island. I can't help it. I need sleep. I'm off the rails.
I lost track of what the hell's going on. So everybody, but next week, I do want to get Joker back because we're going to talk a little bit more about what was going on today into tomorrow. But just for the sake of Joker's peace, and just for the sake of Joker's time at the show tomorrow, we don't want anything going bad. It's a good time. This is something that everyone's looking forward to.
This is called teaser.
We've gone professional. We're teasing shows and episodes.
Right. Teasing for bucks, not 20s.
I tease for
$1
$20
at a time. $1 at a time.
Dollar bills.
I once got a stripper to pick up $5 of quarters with her ass cheeks, and she got every single one of them but one.
Wow.
Down there, right there in blush. Yeah.
Do you know?
Huh?
You have contact information for her.
Yeah.
Oh man,
she's still performing. This is.
I just turned 18, so this was over a decade ago. But it was the best damn sight ever. It was awesome. I didn't even know it was possible. She got every single one.
That's impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I gave her $100 bill for that shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Think of the money Think of the money she picked up, but with her butt cheeks by now, man. How much? She's probably rich.
She probably got like the tonest ass ever.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, you couldn't I don't know. We'll have to save that for another time.
Stitch says, Joker, give them my contact information. So we will next week. Next week it's going to be big because we're down to about the last 7 days of the second season before we go crashing into the third season. So we're gonna have Joker back. There's a lot I want to talk to her about. A lot of the after effect of the show, of course, I want to talk about. We're going to talk to Stitch, I believe. Hey, real quick, Mike, I'm gonna give you guys a trivia. You guys want to do a trivia?
Sure.
All right.
I'm gonna fuck this cat up.
One. This is pretty easy.
Pound that pussy.
I think that either one of you will have a problem with this.
Okay.
Once with as many as 15 inclines, Pittsburgh is now famous for its blank amount of inclines. Once with as many as 15 inclines, Pittsburgh is famous for now its blank amount of inclines. How many inclines, guys, are there presently in Pittsburgh?
There's only 2, right?
Joker says 2. Mike?
I want to say just 2.
See,
But I mean, famous ones. I don't know.
Famous one. I only know the Mount Washington one. That one has 2, but I'm going to say it technically counts as 1. I'm going 1.
Yeah.
Mike says 1. Joker says 2. Is that your final?
I think you're
answer,
right.
guys? What's that? Yeah.
I think he's right. Yeah.
And the correct answer is 2. There's 2 inclines right now. They are both Mount Washington, but it does count as 2.
All
Joker,
right.
great job, Mike. Disgusting as always. But hey, listen.
It's fucked up, bro.
What do you expect?
About the
I know,
website,
right?
would you?
Oh, twodumbyinjuries.com. Head over there. Everything Two Dumb Injuries. Links to the show for wherever we have it. And links to our email, links to our merchandise store. Check it out. twodumbyinjuries.com.
It's better than
All
grab
right.
ass.
Joker, do you have anything before we take off? Any self-promotional kind of things? Anybody that you want to kick their ass? You know, anything. What's done?
Well, catch me Sundays on YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern, and any details and merchandise are all available at jokertrade.com. Those are 0 and 3s, everybody. Numbers instead of vowels. So
Do check her out, guys.
Yes.
Everybody, thank you so much. Like I said, you're going to want to get up there tomorrow. Big show, big show. You're not going to be disappointed. We're doing our best to get up there. It's a 50-50 at this moment, but don't be surprised if you see us walking around up there as goofy as can be. So that is...
Y'all better make it.
Yes,
we're
man.
trying. We're working on it, Joker.
I'm afraid to not show up now.
Yeah. What the
Right.
hell?
Is Stitch from Muff Pie going to be there?
No, she lives out of state, so
Okay. What state
one
does she
day.
live in?
I believe
What's
they're in Massachusetts, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right, everybody. Well, hey, make sure you get up there. Big show. It's going to be a great time. Of course, everybody, we thank you for stopping by and checking us out. We are on every day, Monday through Friday, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe. Get up, check out everybody at the show. For Mike, Ryan, Joker, Two Dumb Yinzers, have a great weekend.
See ya.